One of the things I never anticipated when I started my YouTube channel was the community that I would find. The Wheel of Time community it's fantastic. And I've made some really, really good friends, like dear friends, close friends, just through the community and whatnot. And one of my good friends that I met is Bree. She's been on my channel several times, and she is an author. She's a best-selling author. She is one half of Kit Rocha, written tons of books, is writing one right now. But one of the things when you are friends with an author, it's kind of cool because she crafts story for a living. That's what she does. Like that's how she pays her bills by making stories. And so it's really fun to talk with her about stories. And of course, because we are obsessed with the Wheel of Time, it is fun to talk with her about how story works in the Wheel of Time. And so when the trailer dropped, one of the things I wanted to do was to hear her speculations and, bounce some of my ideas, which are never as good as hers, but some of my ideas off of someone who is a professional story maker. And so that's what this video is. It's just a conversation. This is part one, I should say, of a conversation between me and a professional story author. I don't know. I was trying to think of some witty, funny way to say author, but somebody who makes story for a living, and her predictions and some of mine as well for what season 2 and beyond of the Wheel of Time TV show is going to give us based on what we know from the books and the things that we're seeing in the trailers and, other information that we're getting. So yeah, that's what this video is. Before we go though, there is something I know Bree wanted to say, so.
Hi guys, before we get started, I just wanted to say something about the strikes going on in Hollywood right now, both the WGA and SAG-AFTRA. Well, I am not a member of the WGA and will never be a member of SAG-AFTRA. I super support both of them, especially as a creative in a field where I don't get to unionize and I deal with a lot of the same problems they do. And unions are the only thing that can protect creatives from publishers and big studios and places that just really want to take their work and give them nothing in return for it. Mm-hmm. And well, I am not an expert on any of this by any means. I mean, you just have to look at the stories that are coming out, the way that writers' rooms have been reduced, the way they're trying to choke off people's money to the point that people aren't able to get health insurance anymore, which I could tell you as a writer, it's really hard for us to get insured out here. It is really hard for us to have any sort of health care. And the fact that these actors, I think the statistic that I saw was that 87% of SAG-AFTRA don't make enough to get health insurance.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely ridiculous when you look at how much these studios are making on these products. And there are all of the crew who work these incredible bananas hours to make this beautiful work, these TV shows that we love so much. All of the writers who write them, everybody who works on them, from hairstylists to props to the costumes, which Jenny and I talk all the time about how much we love. And the actors who bring it to life. So I just wanted to make sure that we talked about that before we did anything else.
Yes.
And while I am not an influencer in the technical means, I am a fellow creative. And so I would never be doing any sort of promotional stuff with Amazon at this time. I will not cross any picket lines to promote Struck work. But I am going to talk to Jenny, my fellow fan, as a fan about these things that we love, because I do want the show to succeed and for the studios to know how valuable the content they have is and how much they need to pay these people for the unbelievable art they have been gifted with. Thank you so much to everybody, and tweet about it whenever you talk about the show. Remember to say that you support the unions, you support WGA and SAG-AFTRA. Just make it nonstop, because we love these shows and we want these people to succeed, but we also want them to be able to afford their homes and their food and their health insurance and get the compensation they deserve for how much joy they are giving us all.
Yes.
So thank you all for my coming to my TikTok.
there you go. Please consider donating to the Entertainment Community Fund, linked in the description below. And oh, spoilers, spoilers. Oh gosh, for this first part, I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna say full spoilers, full spoilers. Because Bree and I don't really limit ourselves when we're just having a conversation. We kind of take all of the knowledge that we know. So full spoilers for the entire series. There you go. Let's begin.
Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, let's be nerdy. Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, let's be nerdy, babe.
How many times have you watched the trailer?
Oh my gosh. 20 something, I don't know, just so many. And then I've like watched it in all of the reaction videos that I've watched, so it starts to become embarrassing. Let's not discuss it. Next question.
You are among friends. This is a safe crowd. Believe
This
me,
is a safe space.
I have done it too. I have 100% watched it a bajillion times, and of course watched all the reactions. Like, have you done the thing where you've gone into YouTube, typed in reaction, and then set the filter to search by recent to see if you missed any?
Especially the non-readers. I'm addicted to watching the non-readers like watch this trailer.
Yeah.
Because for all of us like intense fans, of course, there's so much analyzing and breaking down and guessing and conspiracies, and they're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Please bleep me.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bleep one of those. Just one. Just for fun. But yeah, that's the fun part. Like, just seeing them try to figure it out, piece things together. It's great. It's absolutely great. Introduce yourself. Can you give your creds?
Well, hello there. I am Bree, sometimes known as the sci-fi fantasy romance author Kate Rocha, or at least half of her. But among Wheel of Time fandom, I'm mostly Bree, and I'm mostly a fan gremlin who just runs around on Twitter and Discords and causes chaos. And as you can see, I'm reporting in as one of your field reporters from the lovely Shanshan Empire.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that I'm going to become someone who loves the villains for the vibes in season 2. You can see I've had a makeover.
Yes.
Saving my hair.
Oh yeah, I did
Getting
get
ready.
the shaved scalp. That is you are one of the blood now. Is that what's happened?
I'm gonna pretend. We'll see how long I can go until like one of these people on either side of me decides to come for me.
Yeah, exactly. I
mean, this dude here over to my side, he's looking a little sketchy.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust him. I don't know about her either. Or yeah, and none of y'all. I'm not sure I trust any of you. So, but yeah,
I'm in it to win it.
Yeah, that is definitely something the ever victorious army would say. So, okay. So yes, you are an author. You write books. I have read 3 of your books, and I finished one of them on the plane, and almost wrote a letter to your publisher to make them. I wanted you to write more in that particular series. Anyway, so
always the biggest compliment you can get.
Yes, yes. But you said you wanted to talk about like your predictions for season 2. Are these predictions you've had for a while? Have they changed based on what was in the trailer? What are your thoughts? Like, this is pretty loosey-goosey. I honestly don't really have many notes here. You have some.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm ready to start like talking about it because I've always been very reluctant to get too serious about predictions because I don't like being wrong. I especially don't like being publicly wrong.
Being publicly wrong. I mean, I've done it a few times, so it's not so bad. It's not so bad.
I need to get used to it, but yeah, I mean, I did go in really hard on saying that rough rock wall room was the Stone of Tyr with the arches and not the testing room. So Matt Hatch and Pavar Sadai, I owe you an apology.
Wow, yeah. I didn't realize you'd gone in hard on that. See, I
went in pretty hard. I was so sure that was the Stone of Tyr.
Okay.
I was not feeling that as being the White Tower. And you know, I think that cool that they can keep surprising me. So
Yes.
I'll just spin that nicely. I'm not sure I'm confident about what's going on in season 2, but I'm starting to feel like there's some things I'm expecting to see, and like in the trailer definitely changed a lot of it. Like if I'm just gonna like jump into one thing,
Yes, please.
Logain and Rand. Logain eating cereal with Rand.
I mean, I went with soup, but okay, cereal works too.
I'm convinced it's Fruit Loops. It just, he had the aura of someone who hasn't taken a shower in 6 days and got up and poured a bowl of Fruit Loops at like 3 p.m. to talk to you in his robe.
I can totally see that. I can totally see that.
Wow. Like, when do these two cross? Do these two ever cross paths other than book 1?
It would be very, very late. Like, because like when the Black Tower happens, okay, I'm just spoilers, blah, 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 very far out. But when the Black Tower happens, Rand, you know, what is it that the we'll take say? He doesn't really make a habit of giving a shit about
he's not making a habit of giving a fuck about the Black Tower.
Like, so I don't know, like, if he encounters them, if he encounters Logain, it would be quite late, and also probably quite like, hey, and then he just leaves, because that's what he does. I can't remember.
It feels like if it did happen, it was like off page and not a seismic important thing. And like this, I was just like, oh, like my brain immediately lit up, because first of all, okay, this I feel like is gonna annoy watchers, like people new to the show, a lot less if Rand has someone telling him what to do in season 2 instead of just pulling magical weaves that all are perfect out of his ass until he finally gets a mentor like 5 books in.
Right. Okay, yeah, I can totally see that.
I feel like that's going to give people a little more belief in his escalating powers. Like if he gets to talk to someone, that's a great foundation. Also, wow, way to set up a long game with Swan, and roping Logain into her potential downfall. Like, imagine hauling her before the Hall of the Tower, and it's not just she did some secrets, it's she took the fucking gentle dragon on a road trip to have a play date with a man whom she knew could channel.
Yes. I'm assuming, like, as Miss Sarah James was put it, this is his humiliation tour that they did in the books, but they did it before he was gentled. I'm assuming they're doing like
I don't think it is.
You don't think it's a gentling humiliation tour?
I think Swan put Logain in the trunk of her car and did donuts right to see her girlfriend and the dragon in Kyrian. And this was exclusively whatever she's pretending on the surface. I mean, maybe she used a humiliation tour as cover, but I think this was 100% her taking this man to Rand because Moraine thinks that he needs a teacher and a guide.
Yeah, see, I think the humiliation tour is a cover. Like, obviously, I think her and Moraine, everything they do has been in service of finding Rand and but I can see the humiliation tour being a cover for that.
I can also see it being a secret, because I feel like that just is so much more of a downfall. If they find out that she did that. Like, if he's supposed to be on a farm somewhere and instead he's like off being, giving lessons to their secret dragon.
Dragon. Oh wow. Yeah.
I hope it's a secret. I really do, because I feel like that just amps up the tension and the stakes of what they have to lose, because they're doing things that are not just keeping secrets and stuff. They are doing some bad stuff that no one's going to have sympathy for.
Yeah. And the other thing that somebody mentioned it in the comments, and it made me remember, like, when I was talking with Addison, Everyday Negroes, for the first time reader thing, one of the things that kept coming up is I'm not sure how much exactly he believes about the taint, like about how the male half is channeled. Like, he kept talking about the narrative that is talked about men channeling, and I kept trying to get him to understand it's not a narrative, it's fact. Like, when men channel, they go mad. When men channel, there's something wrong with the male half of the source. And I'm wondering if having Logain there to explain it, like, might make that more of a reality for people, because I had honestly never thought of that, but if there are people who are maybe not necessarily going to believe that the male half is
Especially
tainted.
since we sort of got the introduction to the whole idea of it through Leandrin, who is not the
Exactly,
most trustworthy person.
That's what, yeah, that was the thing. He just kept saying, oh, I bet if a red said it, she'd say it this way. Like yeah, exactly. So having it come from somebody who's like, yeah, no, this is my experience, like that might make it more solid for people.
Yeah. And I do think they did a good job showing with Logain. I mean, it was pretty clear that he had some stuff going on.
Yeah.
And also, did anyone else catch the parallels between the scene in episode 4 where Logain has the like lady hanging over his shoulder as he channels the like smoky lady, and the scene of Rand with our new brunette friend behind her? Oh, I don't know if you found them both. Kevin did a meme, the Office find the difference between these two pictures, they're the same picture, and I really feel like that was a deliberate callback,
like having her behind his
having her over the same shoulder, over the left shoulder, kind of whispering into the ear as channeling happens. I thought that was a very deliberate parallel, and you'll have to like find those two pictures.
Yeah, I will. I'll go through Kevin's tweets and see if I can pull that up as well. But I was even thinking like the way Rand was leaning into him and whispering in his ear could be a like, I want to know how to control it. Like that.
I mean, does Logain think that Rand exists? I mean, Logain says that the past dragons talk to him.
Yep.
Maybe this is just another one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm really excited to see how that interaction goes. Like there are obvious changes that I'm seeing in the way like the trailer is doing it. So far, all of them make sense to me. Like they don't feel like they're tearing the foundation of the story apart. So like things like having Rand and Logain meet, obviously huge difference, but it makes sense. It honestly, it logically makes sense to me. So yeah.
I think it will set us up for a stronger arc.
Yeah.
To, have that, especially going forward, depending on how they circle each other, and the fact that we know in their books that they have interesting sort of parallel opposite arcs. They have like a magnets flipping away from each other sort of relationship throughout the books, so I'd like to see some more of that like early on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just really excited. I love this actor. I want more Logain, and like every season, just give me. I'm ready for Logain and Swan and Min and Leanna's like excellent trip
adventure. Yes.
I don't know if this will last or if it will survive, but if it does in any form, even if you just give me one episode of their excellent road trip, I need those 4 having the most beautiful people in the world on parade.
Yeah. Yes. Please. Actually, yeah, I'm just like, I think having Logain in the story more constantly, it does add something else. Like it's a parallel or a mirror journey of what Rand is going through, right? Like he's another, this is what Rand could have been. And at the beginning, of course, it's going to be quite negative, right? Like he's gone mad, but then there's going to be a point where Logain's going to seem to be doing better than Rand, right? Like it's
that's how I felt about the magnets. It's like when one's up, the other's down, and So I feel like I love that change. Also, I've been pretty firm. That's like one of the few things I was pretty confident about, is that we were going to Kyrian, and that thing of Swan getting out of the carriage was Kyrian.
Yeah, me too.
I'm still holding out for some sort of layman cold open. I want some sort of damage red drama cold open to explain, because I think that one thing the books never really did was like tie a really explicit knot around how Moraine's family and Rand are really just destiny tied together.
I mean, that's a huge amount of conversation, especially recently in the fandom, about how that never gets discussed. Like Moraine is Elaine's auntie. She never calls her auntie. Like she's like never, hey auntie Aes Sedai. Like it just never happens. So that all of them are sort of interwoven, and it never gets brought up. So
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that Moraine's family is in like the fallen house, the way she became a fallen house is the thing that resulted in Rand being born on Dragonmount.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd love to see actually Rand see a little bit of Moraine's vulnerability in the season, especially when she doesn't have the power, and also now she's got the family stuff. If he knows a little bit about her that nobody else knows, I would love to see that relationship, because in the books it's sort of a weird up and down and mistrust and hate, and then I'm gonna surrender, make him tea thing, which I can't say I'm hoping gets extrapolated exactly into the show. But a slower burn relationship where they maybe dance around each other in mistrust, because she has to keep thinking that if he turns, she has to end him, and he has to know that. I mean, the boy's got the scar, neck scar to prove it, right?
Yeah. I can see a King Layman open season 2. I honestly can also see it in season 3, because season 3 is when we get I'm assuming the whole Aiel arc is gonna that's gonna be very heavy in season 3. So I can see it, like I can see that being episode 1 cold open in season 3, and then like to sort of give us a tease for what's coming. But I don't know. I mean, I am not the story. You are the author here.
If I had to put money on one of my cold open ideas for this season, I feel like it's going to be an Archer Hawkwing related one, because I feel like since my new friends here to my left and right are going to be such a big part.
Yes.
I feel like we need to see Archer Hawkwing sending his kids out, and then we see their little flag, their bird emblem, and then we need to see the Shan-Chan coming back with it.
That is yes. Those are Archer Hawkwing's armies. Yes.
It's basically the way you we saw Swan with her tattoos as a child.
Yes.
And then after the credits, we see adult Swan with the tattoos. I want that with the ever victorious army.
Oh, that's such a yes. I can totally see that. Yes. Oh, that works. That works perfectly.
So
wow. Okay.
I feel like that would be a way to get us a little bit of the spicy world building stuff. Like we don't have a lot of time, but also telling us who Archer Hawkwing is before he freaking shows up.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I wonder if he's going to show up as a hero or a villain. Sorry, I'm not a hard Archer Hawkwing stan. I have issues with Mr. I need to conquer the world to protect my tiny nation, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
Here is my take on Archer Hawkwing. I've decided that Archer Hawkwing and all of the Heroes of the Horn are just the most disruptive, chaotic, crazy ass souls, and the pattern uses them for resets. And it's the Good Place gif with Jason Mendoza. And the pattern is Jason Mendoza saying, whenever I had a problem, I threw a Molotov cocktail and or Hero of the Horn.
Yes.
And then boom, I had a new problem.
Yes. Also, again, GIF. Anyway, okay, moving on.
Yes. Nope.
We're not having a GIF war here.
We're not warring it out, but that is what I think. I think that the Heroes of the Horn are the pattern's Molotov cocktails. And so Archer Hawkwing fits in great there.
He does.
And that's the cold open. If I had to bet, that's the one I would be most confident in. Okay. But I still think, I mean, just because that one clip, that person from behind with the long hair walking toward the Kyrene sun door, I still think that's, I still feel like that. I don't know. I got a vibe.
That's Layman. I literally this morning, or I guess this evening, your time, whatever, watched a video by Lauren unraveling the pattern, where he suggested that might be Tomas Varenswarder, and Varenswarder is the one who's making the fire sword that pokes the Murdral. I don't know. There's so many theories. Yeah.
I will say I had absolutely nothing on the person stabbing the Murdral with the fire sword. I had zero. That was a facial hair silhouette and hair situation that left me confused.
All flummoxed. Like who? I don't. But then, like he also showed that there are definitely weaves going towards the fire swords that look like they're coming from somewhere else, which is why he's thinking like that's an Aes Sedai that's turning a regular sword into like a flamey. So, which makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right. So like I said, this is a part 1. There are more of these videos coming out. We talked for like an hour and a half, so there's going to be more. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the ideas that we bounce back and forth in this video? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my content and you want to support me, I do have a Patreon. It is always linked in the description below. Thank you so much to my patrons. You have no idea how much your support means to me and how much it helps me in very, very real ways. So thank you so much. And with that, I am going to end this here. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Can I? Oh. Sorry, this is morning for me. I apologize for having a coughing fit just
Let's just all cough it out.
Yeah, please.